Indranee and Pritam recently had a little sparring session in Parliament over what Pritam has said about Noor Deros. So who is this Noor Deros? He's a Muslim preacher, Singaporean guy actually, but he's based in Malaysia. And he caught the attention of our government because of a post he made during the election period, GE period. So I will show you the post. This is the original post in Malay. This is a translated post. So the issue that our government took with this post is, he listed a couple of demands that he had and all, right, not so important. But at the last part, he basically said, I will use whatever small influence I have to kind of like convince the Muslims to vote for WP if they accede to my request. So all the things that he stated that he wants, if WP is agreeable, he will get the Muslims to vote for WP. Which obviously is a wrong thing to do because firstly, you're interfering with our democratic process. Secondly, you are kind of sowing racial discord also.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of back and forth happening between Pritam, Shanmugam and all, and then Indranee also stepped in. So I'll show you a snippet of how the exchange went.
Mr. Deros has replied publicly that the names of the asatizas who would be present at the meeting had been sent to Mr. Faisal Manap before the meeting. Thus, Mr. Deros has suggested that Mr. Faisal, at least, would have known that Mr. Deros would be attending the meeting. On the face of things, it would appear that either 1. Mr. Faisal has told an untruth, which has been repeated by Mr. Singh during the GE and now in Parliament, or 2. Mr. Deros is lying. Sir, this is serious, and so may I seek some clarifications from Mr. Singh.
The meeting took place on the 20th of April this year. I said, quoting Mr. Deros' Facebook post of the 3rd of May, that he attended the meeting at the invitation of an ustaz who was delegated by Mr. Faisal. This is correct and consistent with the facts of the meeting. Neither Mr. Faisal nor the Malay WP candidates arranged to meet Mr. Noor Deros or specifically sought him out for his views.
So there's a distinction between saying Mr. Faisal Manap would have known of Mr. Deros and Mr. Faisal Manap would have known Mr. Deros. So what I'm trying to understand here is whether Mr. Faisal Manap just would have known of, which means you hear of this person but you don't know them, or whether he knew him.
Mr. Speaker, I want to be careful in not trying to import Mr. Faisal's knowledge and make a representation which may not be correct as to the degree of which he knew him. Did he know of him or did he know of him as an individual? I think the leader shared a particular occasion where both of them were at a common platform. Now, to the extent of how much Mr. Faisal Manap knew of Mr. Deros, I'm not in a position to relay any information in that regard. But I would, second, because I have seen pictures to that effect of both Mr. Faisal and Mr. Noor Deros being at that event that the leader mentioned. But I cannot stand here and suggest or even imply the extent of how well they knew each other.
Okay, so that was a snippet of a much longer exchange. I don't want to get into the actual situation. What I want to get into is, what are your thoughts after listening to what they are talking about?
I ask you a question. Why did they never ask the Faisal?
Maybe no
That's the
present.
thing, right? They could have just easily confirmed with him, hey, did somebody tell you he's coming? You can just do a quick search on WhatsApp. Oh yeah, actually somebody got mentioned. Done. You don't go up to the stage and make a mockery of your process. But yeah lah, this is what happened.
And I'm actually very confused, right? Why would a Malaysian-based religious leader involved in our Singapore politics? And what does it got to do with like the Worker Party? Because WP political beliefs, right, have nothing to do with religion or what.
Yes.
And
I don't see the link between the two things.
Okay, so in the comment section of this post, there were a lot of people saying a lot of things, right? This was one of the main theme that they all followed. Okay, they are talking about, I'm just gonna very quickly run through. A lot of them are just making noise. Why are we talking about this? There are more important things that we need to handle, whether it's the cost of living or like inflation and whatnot, a lot of things lah. But
Oh my God.
they are saying, why talk about this? this is not important enough. Why waste parliament time for this? What are your thoughts about that?
Singaporeans funny one.
That's why.
No, I feel this is very important because it's the parliament, right? I feel it's a battleground, right? Even the WP also, when they raise a certain issue, right, they also nitpick on certain things. And this, although the questioning may be very focused, right, but what Indranee is trying to do, right, is to see whether you are lying or not. It boils down to your character. Yeah. So if I can break your character, like you're lying at this instance, maybe you are possible to repeat or lie in the future. Yeah.
Because one of the things that this possibly can eliminate in the future is cases like the Raisa Khan one. If I'm always nitpicking on the small things, you know that you cannot escape, which means you'll make less mistakes.
It's a strategy or a strat that will turn you into a gem.
One of the reasons why I also want to raise this, right, is because I don't think people realize the strategic play that is happening here. When you watch soccer, right, there's a reason why people are diving. There's a reason why they are faking injuries and stuff. What's the reason?
It's to get advantage.
It's to get an advantage, exactly. Because if now I do it, my opponent doesn't do it, I will get more free kicks, maybe I'll get penalties and stuff. If my opponent does it and I don't do it, he's getting the advantage. That's why the Nash equilibrium is, we are both going to do it. In Parliament, this is the Nash equilibrium. If two parties are not nitpicking, perfect scenario. If one party nitpicks, the other party doesn't, the party that doesn't get the advantage. Which means this can shape the way people see your party. Why? Because when you nitpick, you expose flaws. But if you don't get nitpicked, whatever flaws is still under the veil. Nobody knows. Which is why you need to do it. That is just the political game.
Let the games begin.
Okay, so I have a question for you. If let's say y'all are politicians, Singapore politicians, either party, which would you be prouder of? The first scenario, you don't engage in this kind of jabbing and nitpicking. You play the game with honor, even if you're at a disadvantage. First scenario. Or second scenario, you jab and nitpick and bite on the fella until he's scared of you. Which one are you prouder of?
I think the latter. Yeah, because I feel opposition do that also. Like for example, Yong Man Wai. Indranee does that also. But it is not about what you do, but it's about how you do it. And I feel to do it in a political manner that is palatable and classy, right, for people to watch and like to like, oh, this a bit basket, but okay lah, not bad. You need to have certain skill and finesse to your words and where to nitpick. Because nitpicking, right, I feel is a bit of a double-edged sword, because if you nitpick the wrong thing, right, then it just shows what you're thinking about, man. You're just finding problem. But if you nitpick the right thing, then yeah, I think that is the way to do politics.
I feel people are run by two characteristics. One is by love, one is by fear. So right, usually when people are following a leader by love, right, the effect is not so good one. But there's a slight fear in it, right? You know that without the love, right, they will still follow a system, follow an order lah. So I feel what they are trying to do, right, is not to create fear, definitely, but it's also to put forth the idea that don't mess with me like that, because we will find all your funny stuff, you know, that kind of thing. But if, let's say, I don't, okay lah, you know, doesn't matter, right? Then they no longer fear you already. They're like, okay lah, I can do whatever. I can run it. I can say whatever.
Take it to the grave.
A completely incorrect but I must say, quite imaginative conclusion.
But say real, if I'm a politician, right, I want the people to fear me, right, by Donald Trump method.
Anything war.
Just keep making, no, what war? Don't war. You just keep making fun of the person. I keep making fun of the person. Yeah.
Quiet, Piggy.